put something in there. I wasn't even supposed to go live yet. We are. We're live. Questions? Questions, class? Questions? All this stuff. Wait for a few people to join in. Make sure the audio's working. Like I said, I hit the wrong button, hit the live right away. If you cruise through, don't forget to hit the like button. I know it's Monday. I know everybody's exhausted. Hell, I'm exhausted. It's definitely Monday. Monday, not fun day. What a day. And like I said, if you're cruising through, hit the like button. Also, if you wouldn't mind, hopefully the audio's okay. It's going to be maybe just a tad echo. But if you don't mind, hit that old button. Let me know. Give me a number 1. Let me know audio's okay. Trying to find a spot to sit down. Got this nice lady behind me. She kind of cute. Oh, she can hang out right there. Oh man, I definitely should be doing a sales thing for U-Haul. That's for sure. Who's all got a U-Haul? Everybody's got a U-Haul, don't they? Can I set you guys down here? Will you guys be okay? You guys aren't gonna fall over, have a heart attack or anything? Let's see if I can turn this around. I like sitting for some reason. We gotta find a home for you. I'm working on it. Horrible producer. Whew. I literally get a minute to breathe. It just got done. Cousin Evan was asking. He was like, "Hey man," he's like, "How'd the gate go?" Well, the gate's not done. The gate was just started. You gonna stay there? You're gonna fall over. If you fall over, I hope I don't hurt you. Like I said, if you guys don't mind, hit the thumbs up. Just so you know you're real. You're not AI. Cheers, by the way. Also, let me know audio's okay if anybody can. Can you hear me? Hopefully, audio is working the way it should be working. I apologize. Whew. Man, that tastes good right now. It's been one of those days. Cheers. Probably gonna run out. Got about an hour. We got about an hour. We can play around here, and then it's probably nighttime. Is it Maria? I'm not sure if I'm saying that. I see Maggie. Hello. Hope you're doing good. Can you hear me? Let me know if the audio, if you can at least hear me, because sometimes I've been having problems. People can't hear me. They're like, "You're talking, but there's nothing." Oh, perfect. Awesome. Maggie, where are you from? What state, country? What's the temperature at? You got somewhere warm? Backwards? I could probably turn it a little bit. How about sideways, like that? Yo, what's up? Holy moly, we got you guys just rolling in here. You guys must be cruising through. Where's my moderators? Where's all my local ones? Hope everybody's doing good. Coolness? Yeah, man. I don't wear the hat too much backwards. I do occasionally when I'm working, but I find out if I wear my hat backwards, I'm always hitting the back of my seat. Oh my gosh. Maggie? -7? Now I gotta ask, right? I get a lot of people. Is that Fahrenheit or is that Celsius? And Maggie, did you tell me where? Oh, you're Canada. You're another Canada. All right, we got cousin Evan up there. He follows the channel. He's up in Canada too. We love our Canadians. The Canada. You know, you think they should get rid of the border? Should we all just be one big party? Get rid of the invisible line. Celsius. Yes. Well, it is. What's that convert to for Fahrenheit? I mean, it's 21 Fahrenheit right here, right now. I see we got one like. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. So Maggie says yes. So you think we should get the? What do you really like about Canada? I mean, I think everything is. I hear it's more expensive from cousin Evan up there in Canada. It's got to be always cold, you know, being so far north. Do you like the cold? I mean, Evan's there. What's up, Evan? I was hoping you're gonna jump on. We got Maggie here. She's from Canada. Oh man, -25 right now. Pooey. There's a lot of snow, so you can snowboard and ice skating on lakes. Ooh. Tony, I'm with you, man. The cold, I don't like the cold. Maggie, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Because maybe you know, it seems like the older you get, the more you don't like the cold. Rhode Island 40. Ooh, I'd take some 40. Nice. 40. Love it. Born in July, so I'm a summer girl. There you go. I miss ice skating and snowmobiling. Yeah, my snowmobiles caught on fire, burnt my garage down, so that was the end of the snowmobiles. No more snowmobiles. Don't forget, you guys, hit the like button. We got two. We got two humans. Belle, that's fun though for a couple days. Okay, 14. Awesome. Well, you got a lot of life ahead of you, you know. Make sure you stay with those boys. They got cooties. That's for sure. They can do devious things, you know what I mean? Make sure you find a good one. There you go. Hey, we got the 4. Sweet, we got 4 likes. Awesome. Thank you guys. Are we talking storage units? Yeah, we got my assistant here. Would you like to say something? Just kind of stands there. Doesn't do much. I don't know why I'm paying her. Yeah. We are kind of talking storage units a little bit. It kind of went off. I mean, for some. Hey, we got CC's here. What's up, CC? What's up, fam? Hope you've been doing well. CC, hope you're doing good. I got the ripples or the drips on the nose here. Lesbians, I don't have to worry about that. Well, that is true. That is pretty easy. So, really, I kind of came on. Stand and gives. What is this? Smile Sport. She just Smile Sport. Oh yeah. Her. Look at. She just. Can you help? She didn't help. Look at all this stuff. It looks like a mess, but I had to lay everything down because there's like no racks in here. But remember what SOS was saying about 5 Mile, famous. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, especially when you're doing gates. There's a lot of variables, especially in wintertime. Is this still the gate project from yesterday? So this gate project's kind of going on. What is this going on? Like 3 days? Yep. So, I'm trying to keep my. Is this the gate? Yes. So yesterday, yes, this gate. So we got I think you call it a telehandler. We got a telehandler being dropped off tomorrow in the morning between 8 and 9. And then the truck's here. I'm glad we got the truck, right? People don't realize, like I said, I do. When you deal with this thing called concrete, things all change. And especially when you're dealing in the cold, things all change. Space heater. Yep. Got to keep water warm. Got to keep yourself. You got to have fuel to keep yourself warm. Propane, kerosene, diesel, whatever. Got the mixer. Got Got the mixer back there. It's laying down just in case. I got the actually set faster. They say you don't have to add, you don't have to mix. You just pour water, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of that. I like having a mix all the way through, especially for gate post. So, and this job's a hike. Like I said, it's one of those jobs that is, what is it, 52? I think it's 52 minutes away. That's probably on perfect, not on these hard rubber tires with lake effect blowing across, making everything icy. Storing stuff. Yeah, there. C says, ain't no way. Smiling like that after, yeah. I don't know anyone that smiles like that, man. It's, I'm going to the car. Do this crap yourself. So what's up? You're saying the night and back of the truck? No, not quite. I just figured I wanted to, I have a moment. Tomorrow's going to be kind of, the bullets are going to be flying tomorrow. Hey, we got 5 likes. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. We can get up maybe 10, but thanks for hitting it anyways. But no, I just, so this thing is, I mean, it just adds up, man. So I got a garbage can, right? The garbage can is for when you, especially if it's windy. I've had this problem before. So I just grabbed this one. This one's a spare one I had over the years. So I grabbed this one. The concrete, I hate moving concrete. Hate it. Just hate it. Like, so it could be 8 bags per hole. It could be 15 bags per hole. It could be 20, 25 bags per hole. I don't know. You never know until you pull them out of the ground. And the problem with holes and gates is when you pull the old post out, I've never found a better way. You just got to fill it in with cement. You know what I mean? It's not like you can like skirt dirt around the side again and repack it in. You just got to fill it up with more concrete. That's how it goes. So I wasn't the original installer. Kind of hints another reason why sometimes you guys might want to take video or whatever, or notes, because I wasn't the original installer on this, so I don't know what's in the ground. I hope I got everything. I mean, I brought a table. We got propane. We got the, whoa, you guys flipped on me. We got the, oh, I didn't like that. We got the heater. Can't really see the best, but we got a jackhammer. I threw all my tools in there. Got some toilet paper. Gotta have toilet paper, man. Old Tony and Rich B are gonna be so proud of me. Got buckets, just because you can't go wrong with buckets. Buckets are just, even if they're just throwaway buckets. But I'm kind of like, I don't say I'm premier, but I'm middle of the road. Come on, man. Look at, we got the deal here. We got the lid. Code emergency. Got some red for stuff that we got to haul, the gates. We got garbage bags. Brung the new laser, try out if need be. We got shovels. Now you got to have snow shovels too. Got a ladder. Whoa, almost fell. The kiddie pool is for clean out of the cement mixer, because these are the things people don't think about. This is a finished job. So it can't just go throw dirt in the spring. It's going to be everywhere, right? So that, I brought this one as another clean out just because I had it. One of those bags you put garbage in. I went and picked up the claw today, which is pretty sweet. I'm hoping this will help pull the post. We're just going to try to reuse the post. Ah, this thing's heavy. This thing's a claw. I don't know if you can get a better picture of it here. Look at this thing. I pinch into it. And since we got a telehandler, basically, is it a Sky? Is it called the Skyjack or is it Sky Track? I can't remember if I call it a Skyjack or Sky Track. That's what I always call it. There's just so much. And nobody gets it. There's just so much stuff. I mean, you got a little Honda generator. You guys see me do the oil change. That's ready to go. We got the Milwaukee Power Pack ready to deploy. Got salt. There's salt back there. There's just so much stuff. Got moving blankets. I think the concrete's the big one. This stuff is pretty similar to like kind of like garage doors a little bit, except maybe shovels and stuff. But man, when you do concrete, whew, you're on a different level, son. Let's see here. Set you up here so I can look at you. I can look at you in the eyes. That's not working so good. No. Be good. Let's see what we got here. Questions, concerns. Crazy, not crazy. 5 minutes. I was trying to think of how we can start. We got to come up with. Oh, hey, come to help again, huh? I was thinking we got to come up with distance. We got to come up with something. I know Rusty can come up with something. Somebody out there can come up with something. We got to come up with something. If it's 5 Mile famous. It's like Too Far Loser or something. I've been thinking about it. I thought about it for 10 minutes. But I keep thinking, I go, that darn distance, man. Need that distance to kill you. But no, I'm not staying in the truck. I'm just in here just to do a live, show you guys all the work. I mean, this was a full day. This was a full day. Getting water ready, get the truck, get concrete. Wheelbarrows, shovels, go through my list. I didn't bring my list in here. I got a list that's just long. So what's up here? Evan might have another cable replacement job next week. Ooh, at a cabin somewhere. Nice, nice, very nice. Evan, I sent the 405 signal. Tony, ouch, does that hurt? Rusty says, what's up, guys? This is at the shop unloading the job I didn't do today. Ooh. Just got a text message at 9 p.m. from a customer neighbor. They want a service call Wednesday afternoon. Nice. Nice. Well, at least I don't feel so alone working late. That's always, that's always kind of the bad thing about working late is like, I know we got 5 legs. You guys get us up 10. Just make me feel so happy for all the hard work I did. But you make her happy too. She'll smile more, I guarantee it. But you know how it is, like you're forgetting something. Like, I know I'm forgetting something. And so I don't know how much sleep I'll even get tonight. Because now, even though I got most of the material and tools and everything lined up or loaded up, the worst part is that I have to think about my wardrobe tomorrow because we're in the weather. So I think I'm going to even bust out my hunting boots, my nice brand new hunting boots, because they're really insulated. My other one's got a little bit of a slice in them. But you got to be careful because when you're dealing with dirt, you normally don't want to have laces because the dirt gets in the laces and then eventually, sometimes into your socks. Not a fun situation. So I got to bring probably a couple set of boots. Got to always bring a couple pair of socks because your feet start getting wet. You sweat. That's no fun. Then I got to bring a couple different hats, right? I got to bring either the real Arctic hat or I got to bring kind of a lighter hat because I might start sweating. You never know. Start working. There's just a lot of things that go into it. To catch up to speed, Russ Davis living in the U-Haul trailer. Absolutely. It's not bad. Rich actually sent me a Rich B. He sent me a conversion. How you do it? A little converted one. It's pretty cool. How long have I been gone? You've been knocked out. You just got out of a coma. Welcome. But this one, just so you guys know, this is their 26-footer. But they kind of lie because it's got that shelf back there. Get you over here. got that shelf back there. It's probably 26 to there, but it's really 20. It's like 23, I think. I think it's 23 is what I measured to the thing. I thought those rotten boogers. I wanted the longest one I could get, little stinkers, which I'm glad I did because we need some room. Rusty says, he says, how long? He says, I told him to raise prices. Raise the prices, man. That's what it is, I tell you. It's kind of like this job. There's gonna be more padded onto it, but I'm not feeling the best on this one. You know, like how do you say it? Do some of you guys understand where I'm coming from with this? You know, I guess, you know, I'm kind of holding back. I want to go on like a rant, but I don't know if it's beneficial. But it's like one of those things where you just, sometimes as long as I've been doing it, you can, I don't know how else to describe it, but there is a ton of variables. Like I don't experience this. I do experience this with my rentals. Like I contract it out, and I'm sure the contractors have to deal with that crap. But even when I do some little projects and stuff like that, it is not where, you know, when you're 52 minutes away in bad conditions, so it probably adds up to probably an hour and 15 to hour 30. And then you know you got to fight the traffic, right? That's also the worst part. You're going to be in the whatever. It starts at like 5 o'clock in the morning till 9 o'clock or something like that, 5 to 8 maybe. You know, but you're going to be in that hustle to get out. And then at the same time when you go to leave, right? Because it normally starts around 2:33, 3 to, you know, whatever, 6. There's a lot of variables. And like I said, I don't even know the terrain that well. So it's like I had to literally use Google to figure out where I can have semi-park. So they don't have to be on the main busy road. Because like I don't want that on my conscience that a guy that's trying to provide for his family out there in a car. Like, could you imagine with one of those ones that's like the ramp with the spike? It's got like the point, standing there unchaining, and all of a sudden a car, boom, and just decapitate this dude. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. So I got there's a side road. I think we're gonna have enough room. The gate has a lock. We've got permission to cut the lock because there's nobody to be there with a key. Which actually reminds me, I need to get a couple locks rounded up tonight. Yep. I'm in the recliner under a blanket, dude. Awesome. I still feel like I'm standing outside, dude. I had to take, you know how like you turn the hot water on, and normally you know when you touch it, you're like, ooh, like dang, dude, that's hot. Let's just say tonight was my foot was under it the whole time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I think there's something wrong with that water tank. It's not working. The water is not hot enough. I think it's because I was numb. So I'm getting parts ready for tomorrow. We are doing a jack shaft opener, 28 feet in the air. Oh my gosh. Customer says lift is time. That one I did, there'll be a video eventually once I get a day to sit down and edit. We got done with that one that, what was that? 20 something, 22 wide, 16 tall. And that opener was crammed up, and our lift goes 26 feet. And we were right about the end of the, you know how like when you look down at the base, and we went up and down that thing quite a bit. So I was pretty impressed. Our lift held up pretty well. But the one day we got to, I don't know, we were getting to, you know how it is, like that last push up. We were getting to the last. We were doing a coupler or something. I did a split collar on my keyway, and then we go over it. We got to turn the power back on to the opener because you know how when you're in those weird spots, you're like, I as sure as blankety blank don't want this opener or this door coming up, and I got to make a emergency maneuver. You know what I mean? So I shut the power. Well, Mr. Caleb was running it, and he's first thing. I haven't. I'm like, here, you run it, because we're in a good spot for him. He gets halfway and he's like, something's wrong. And I'm like, what do you mean something's wrong? I've been driving that all day. He's like, something's wrong. And I'm watching. I'm like, oh, dang, dude, I think we're out of juice. So sure enough, we were out of juice. So I'm like, we were doing everything to spare it. So hopefully, Rusty, I ain't gonna lie, I don't have much. Let me put it to you negatively, so hopefully it comes out positively, and you can go, ha ha ha, Dave, you were wrong. You know, I have a feeling the lift's gonna die on you. Just saying, just saying. You know, so make them sparingly. Make those trips up sparingly. You know, you know how it goes. Where I like those newer lifts. You know, normally at least they got better batteries and all that, but I get kind of sick of society, right? I've learned over the years, like it's kind of like I got some, I've had some family members, let's just say, and they're like, dude, dude, this guy's asking like this, he's asking this, dude, like you should buy it. I'm like, whoa, I'm like, that's not bad. Dude, there's like hardly any rust on it, right? Or somebody on Craigslist or Facebook, right? You know, back in the day when you couldn't get like good pictures and stuff. They're like, yeah, there ain't that much rust on it, you know, and you get there, like half the vehicle's gone. You're like, holy sh-. And they're like, what? That's not bad. And you're like, not bad. Half the car's gone. You know, so I've kind of lost faith in humanity where when somebody says, oh, it's this or that, I go, I give it like 25%. 28's a long ways, man. I had to get my sea legs. Dad, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Love you, Dave. You are perfect. Thanks. Tony, come on, guys. There's 12 people on there. 6 likes. Let's get it up to 12. Hey, we got 7. 7. Dab, you got a dab for me? Yeah, no kidding, man. I'm feeling that. I could use one too myself. My goodness, man, I am pooped. It was just nothing, but it's finally, you know, and the list just seemed like I couldn't get the list to go off fast enough. I just kept going over everything, crossing them out. And it was just like, am I done yet? Am I done yet? Am I done yet? And then of course, you know how it is. When you always pick up something, you're like, oh, you know, do I bring a 3-foot level? I probably should bring a 4-foot level or a 6-foot level. Be more accurate. More logistics. So, you know what? So Rich is here, Rich B. So I just wanted to kind of mention this because I don't know how much you guys heard on the last one I did because I lost my audio because I think the wife cut in. Oh, how dare her. Hopefully the tripod stays, you don't flip over. But so what I was trying to get at a little bit, oh, that's better, is so Rich B's been helping me out a lot of just little knick-knack stuff, right? You know, a lot of big stuff too. I mean, just going above and beyond. I appreciate it very much. Don't even, you don't need to even do some of the stuff you've been doing. So I really appreciate it. But anywho, we were going back about Sunbelt and United. He found United was a little bit cheaper. And I seen the location. I think they're out of like the Grand Rapids area, and then they'd have to come to like Muskegon. But we're over in the Grand Rapids area. So I was thinking, okay, well, the shipping should be well. So first thing I did this morning, right away, I called United Rentals, and the guy was super nice. I already kind of planted the seed, just talking to him, everything. I got, you know, how was the weekend, all that good stuff. He says, do you got an account? And I said, I don't think if we have. I said, it's been a really long time ago. I said, we used you guys. So he looks us up, you know, and he goes, you don't have an account. And I'm like, okay, like, so like, we just, you know, and he goes, the problem is, which I just like to bring it up because for some of you new guys getting out there and stuff like that, this is just my opinion. It's not to deter anybody. It's just to make people aware, you know, but it's getting harder. It's getting a hell of a lot harder out there. So he says, you know, we are having chargebacks on credit cards. We are getting a ton of chargebacks. So now you got to have an account with us. And I said, okay. I said, so how long? I said, this is probably something that's going to take, you know, 5-7 days. He goes, it takes around 2 to 3. He said, so it's really not in the time frame. But he said, I can send it to you. You can at least get, you know, And I'm like, all right, let's do that. Because I'm sure there's going to be something in the future or whatever. And but he said, hey, Sunbelt still does, basically cash and carry or whatever, credit card. Okay, so now I'm like, I'm in like that weird like, what do I do? You know what I mean? Like I'm like now I got all these other things going through my head. I'm like, I can get a tow truck and I can get them out to my one property and I can get them to get the skidster and then it's just like a million things going through your brain. And the whole time, all I keep thinking about is I just keep thinking, this damn traveling. You know what I mean? Because all I kept thinking is I go, if this job was local, not a problem. Something 15, 20 minutes away, not a problem. Get the tow truck guy over here. You know what I mean? Like, but now it's going, okay, the tow truck driver's got to go there, then he's got to go there, then he's got to go back. They still make profit. That's not going to work. The skid steer doesn't like the cold, the well, so you're probably gonna have to spend an hour heating the damn thing up. So, I mean, it gets to be like I don't think people understand the traveling. A little backstory, it's one of those things, I can say it's a great paying job. It's a great customer. That's kind of the reason why we're doing it. But I'm questioning that. I go, it probably should be somebody else maybe that was closer, should have, or subbed or something maybe. Because there's just so many things. And then especially when you're dealing with, like when I've worked at storage units, most time they let me use a unit, which this one we are. So it's normally not too bad because you can go there, right, with a smaller truck or whatever, and you can bring your necessary tools for the day, do an activity, do an activity, and then you can leave your stuff there and you can kind of accumulate, right, like a goodie drawer or a junk drawer, and you got your stuff there. But this one, like I said, you got to travel. So I literally tomorrow, the way I got logistics figured out so far, after processing this for 3 days, is I got to empty this truck back out. And I only get the unit for 1 day. Now I went off the United rental thing there. So the account, right? I went to Sunbelt. Sunbelt was happy to do it, but it came to it was $645 advertised. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe $200. And the wife said something about tax, and anyway, it was $1,200. And so it's amazing to me in these jobs how things can just start exploding in price. So it's one of those things why I really believe why you need to put a higher number and then put either a not to exceed, and say we'll work with it. If it comes in, we can do it lower. We'll bring the price down, but it needs to be, you know what I mean, like up here, or even so like for us, we normally do like a winter, but we didn't have specified in there. Like it said winter, like this is for non-winter months. But I looked at the bid or the quote, and I'm sitting there kind of going like, why is it not specified? What is if it is winter months? Because this customer, I think what's happening is this customer is paying. I think they're paying security right now because there was a truck running around there, kind of almost violently in a sense, just kind of whipping through. Like I was like, what is this? Like, are they looking for a storage unit? What are they doing? And then when we got to the one that we're going to use, it was like driving by real slow, but it had tinted windows, so I couldn't see it. I'm just like, I don't know, man. We're in a real populated city. I'm just like, you want to roll your window down, let's talk. But otherwise, just keep on rolling by, Depending on when they get it here from Winnipeg. Ooh, Evan's got the new vehicle. Man, I hope it works out good, Evan. You got to remember, man, those new vehicles, you're not going to want to put dents or scratches on it, so you're probably going to have to get a trailer hitch for it and get like a little trailer or something to haul. Because you ain't going to want to be whipping door sections and straps over it. You might want to get like a little enclosed trailer or something maybe. What's Tony got? Tony, Or, well, I guess actually what you could do is you get enough of them, you just rent from her. She's kind of pretty, and you just rent from her. She'll take your money. They all take your money, especially when they got a smile like that. uh, I'm da, 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 da. What's to say? What's Tony got here? So I'm gonna be 16 feet in the air. That that'd be high enough. Oh man. Oh man. Thanks. He's got in there. Thanks, Dave. Hey, Rusty, those springs we talked about the other day, 279 delivered to my door. Tony's service spring. He's got yes. Rich B, no problem. I appreciate it, Mister. Um, Rusty says, Dave, I couldn't buy a lift soon enough, so I had to rent one from Sunbelt for later this week for $600 for one day. Okay. For a 20-foot lift. Okay. 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 I don't know what this one, there's a telehandler or whatever, a Skytrack, so it's a little different, but it's basically like a kind of like almost like a skid steer, but it can boom out. There's something just kind of warm and fuzzy though about renting stuff. It's kind of like this truck, right? I'm driving it through all the slop and the snow and the salt, and I'm just, heater's working good, the radio's working good. What's going on? You know what I mean? Well, my kiddo today, she asked me today, she's like, Dad, she's like, have you ever drove a truck this big? I'm like, honey, I got my CDL. I drove full semis. I was like, yes. I said, and the plow truck? Oh, yeah, that's right. And I said, this ain't nothing. She thought it was cat's meow, though. Delivery pickup an hour from delivered pickup an hour from our shop. It's funny, I got the one. I don't know if they're charging us. We got the one. He wanted to know a start date for our rental scissor lift. And he's pushing it, man. He's pushing it. I ain't gonna lie. He's hungry. He's a salesman. And he's like, yeah. He's like, could we drop it off? I think he wanted to do it a few days before the beginning of the month or something. And in my head, I'm just going like, yeah, I guess. Why not? Have them drop it off. I'm like, then we got to drive across town. We normally would just go pick them up because we got the trailer and stuff for it. But that'll give the guys time to swap out, get the other one off. I don't know what to do with the other one. I just figured if I don't see any that are running like $2,000 to $3,000. So I figure that lift's got to be worth probably $2,000 to $3,000 just the way it sits. Even though it might need a little repair. It ain't major. Most time it's something needs to be cleaned or oiled. And then the fact that the telescoping dock or whatever we call it, deck that extends out, it needs to be cleaned. I'm sure it just needs to be oiled, but it's a rusty machine. It's getting old. Rusty says, I'm buying one in the next month. Rusty, if you come across and shoot me up, whatever, man, like an email or anything. If you come across like that sweet spot, because I was looking at some the other night, they just pop up now because you know how it is, like through Facebook. You're like you looked at them, now they know what you're looking for, so they send them. Well, I was seeing some for like 5 or 6, but then like one had like 156 hours, and I was like, 156 hours. I was like, I don't know about that. I was like, that seems kind of high. I was like, I don't know if that's the good, And the thing is like, I don't know where these guys really get it done, because they're around, man. I know they're around, but they put lipstick on a pig and they do a damn good job. You know what I mean? Like they'll send those pictures, they'll put them on Facebook. You're like, whoa, look at this thing, man. Look at the paint jobs on it. It's immaculate. And they got new stickers, for your the slip things and all that. They look great. And then like you go see them in person, you're like, this thing's all like just been painted over. Like, look at us. Like there's flaking paint here or something. You're like, this didn't this ain't the same unit, is it? So it's always that weird, like, that's why I'm kind of nervous right now. I'm like, yeah, like I said, I don't want to, stuff's too busy right now. I don't want to play mechanic. Tony says, F that. He says $600. He says that's crazy. Yeah, I mean, if they're delivering that, they'll charge. I mean, I think what the one we used to do was like $200, $300 a day, and that was for us to go pick it up. That was with a trailer, I guess. It was a crappy trailer. It was just, it didn't work very good. I bid charge the customer if they don't supply. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that you know, there is a lot of truth to it. I mean, like I said, it's it was kind of funny because you know, me and the wife have been down this rabbit hole many times, and I told her something. I said, well, you know, I said to haul that trailer, you know, I need a bigger truck. And I got a truck that will do it, but it's just not what I want to do. And so she goes, no. She goes, you're not. She goes, I'd rather pay a rental. And she says, then it goes back. You don't have to change the oil. We don't have to put tabs on it. We don't have to deal with brakes. We don't have to store it. We don't have to park it. Blah blah. Blah. And I'm like, true. And so here we are, the biggest service vehicle. Nobody's got a bigger service vehicle than me and her. What should we call you? Becky? She might. What's she look like? What do you think? What would she call her? Becky? Is she a Becky? She's not a Sam. I don't know what she is. What's the ones with the hair like that? Don't supply. Just send it to the customer. Hey. Elevators are amazing. Hello, sir. Hello to you. Glad you're here. Hope things are going good. It says Rich says, wait till you have to rent a helicopter. Oh man, all kind of hops to go through plus insurance. Oh man, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to there. I mean, for a helicopter. Hey guys, long day. What's going on, Mr. Tanner? Mr. Tanner, hope you're doing good. We got the big old service vehicle here all loaded up for tomorrow, D-Day. What this says, you try the 3MGZYN? I don't think I know what that is. I'm sorry. Is it LRR? LRR. 18K for about 30 minutes for 12. Dang. Expensive. How's it going, Mr. Tanner? Elevators are amazing. Can't be on here for long, though. He says, I gotta get up ready for bed. I'll catch you next time on your stream, hopefully. Sounds good. I can't stay much in it. Tina? I like Tina. That's a Tina. That's right. Dave and Teeny. Teeny? I was probably gonna say something else. It's been a long day. Tina. Me and Tina. We got the biggest service vehicle around. That's right. 26 foot long. Says, yeah, Dave, I checked new ones too, and they are anywhere between 12 and 17. Man, it's just... Tony, you knew what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know. I was really close. I was super close. And then I think I found what like lifts were like used, but lifts can be like, they can be so far all over the place. And so then I think that's why I ended up buying, what one do I got? The Skyjack or whatever. I bought the Skyjack because it was cheaper. And then the next one we went with the Genie. And then obviously I just asked the guy, I said, hey, it's the one that we're going to be renting. I said, what's that going to be? And he said, it'll be a Genie. Okay. I like those. I mean, I don't know, you know, and the nice thing, what I'd like to know from somebody would be in the, and you're probably going to get someone that works in the industry, but I have a gut feeling when I was doing my real research, it seems like they get where they're in that 3 to 4 year zone, and that's when they want to unload them, because that's when the batteries are puking out on them. Because I'm assuming the batteries go on those faster than do like a car, because a car used to be, what was it, like a factory one, you used to be able to get 5, 8, I don't think you get quite 10 years. A new car battery or new vehicle, you'd always get 5 to 8. It seemed like if you replace it with an older vehicle, you might get 3, 4, 5 if you're really lucky. But that's the systems are all older, the alternator's older, the battery maybe is not as good as what the factory one used to be. There's a whole list of things. So I assume scissor lifts have a certain I'm sure Google could answer this. My fear is, like I said, I bought 2 of them. One was the Genie, one was the Skyjack. The Skyjack got me right away. The batteries are junk, so it was batteries are not cheap. And then you got to take care of them. You got to haul them. You got to dispose of them. You got to take them to some place, whatever, blah blah. I mean, it was like, I don't know what it is. It's like $600, $1,200, $2,400. They're expensive. And then when you start dealing with it, right, you know how it goes. You start finding corrosion. And then it's, this one's corroded. It goes to this one. I need this terminal. Where the hell do I get these? I don't know. Well, I guess I go online. And you go online, and then you realize there's other ones, or you order them all, and you're like, oh, these terminals are $20 a pop, or $40 because they're copper. And then you got to buy the spray, right? Now you got to buy the spray. Don't forget the spray. You got to spray that anti-corrosive spray on there, right? And then you really need to make sure you label them, and then you also got to make sure you check the batteries, because now you put brand new batteries in there. You don't want those batteries, which actually, now I think of it, those haven't been done in a while. The batteries haven't been checked. So, for most people, it's probably no big deal. For me, it is a big deal. I don't have that kind of time. I'm just always out of time, man. Rich he says, she looks like she could take me. Heck yeah, she does. She's got some pipes on her, man. Yeah. She got some pipes. Tony's, I'm thinking so, Rich B. Says, pretty good. Tony, just getting home. Went to fix that one job today. Hung 6 jack shafts. Ooh, Maximums and jam seal. And top seal 7 doors, and have to go back, rehang 4 opener, jam seals, and top seal. Dang. Tanner, you really like those Maximums, huh? For whatever reason over here, they're expensive, man. I don't know. That's right, Rich. She got some big arms, man. Look at those muscles. Rusty, Tanner, how many guys did you have working with you? Other 3 doors, was a hack job we gave in 410 for install. What's it got? Other company, so pretty bad for a door company. 410s. He says I had 4 other guys plus me, then our office manager, and my wife still does some behind the scenes stuff. Oh yeah. I might be getting the wife tomorrow. Just depends on how the job goes. Tori said this thing might need help, and she's like the Tetris person. She knows how to and it's a small storage unit, so it's gonna try to cram this stuff. We'll see how it goes. And that's just another thing. When you do those jobs farther away, if you need assistance, it's just not a 5-10 minute drive. Nope. That's why sometimes if you could do an efficient job, sometimes I think about those small jobs, those openers, broken springs. They're close at least. 5 Mile famous. Got to think of something that when you're going far, you're like long distant loser, something like that. Something will come to me. Hopefully somebody can share something. We'll come up with something. You're a long distant loser. uh, Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Maximos. They are just starting to show their problems. Okay, we are started offering the Logic 5. Uh, oh, there's a drip of water off this garbage can. I thought it was a bug. It scared me. With problems, we started Logic 5. We can do, they work the bugs out if, or in probably out if in the Maximums. Okay. Okay. Still haven't got my hands on one. Oh, Morgan said I had a ton of problems. Morgan, like, can you kind of give us like some, like, anything? Like just, wall buttons are a big problem, circuit boards, that's why, I talk about this a lot in general. I'm a big believer. Obviously, if setting limits 3 times, I had them far overrun limits. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it's the old person in me getting to me. What's the song, right? Don't let the old man in. But I don't know, man. Like I said, I can't afford the time. You know what I mean? I cannot afford, like I said, when the fact that between me and Cap, and we've installed hundreds, I mean, probably over at least 500 of the Genie openers, those commercial ones. And we finally, he just came across one with a bad board, he believed. Well, that's what tech support and everything. And so he ordered another board. And the fact that we've never put an extended range antenna on any of them, I never did either. Any of the ones I installed, never thought twice. It's just something you just kind of overlook. I don't know. Like I said, I just look at that and I go, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? And this was years ago, right? I can't tell you how much it grinds my ass. It grinds my ass. Because when I learned that callbacks, you're losing money also out on jobs that you could be being productive on, getting money, getting paid. That hurt. Like when I learned that and somebody either mentioned it or I just kind of learned out, whatever, you're being unproductive going back. And then when you start realizing like the customer, I can't stand when the customer's like, man, I thought you installed me, for what they charged. You'd think this thing would be, and it's like, yeah, buddy, you don't know what's going on out there. The crap we got to deal with. So I never like being, and I just don't trust any of these manufacturers anymore. I think the one that's the nail in the coffin for me now is even like Toyota. Somebody controls these, EPA, government, whatever. Somebody controls these, and the fact that they went to a different motor and all, and then they're recalling all these vehicles. These vehicles are just junk that they're making nowadays. I mean, I just hate to say it, but it's like they just got so many problems, and now you're having so many technician problems and people working on them. Even our mechanics said the parts, that they're getting to are having problems. I mean, who's the one guy? Is it Uncle Tony's? I think Uncle Tony's Garage. Go watch him. He'll tell you about all the cars that are going to be coming popular soon because these new ones they're unreliable. You can't fix them yourself. You can't find the techs to fix them. You got to find who's the one Rich B South Main Auto, whatever. That dude, that guy's a genius, right? But he's like 1 in a million on how to get that stuff. You know what I mean? So it ain't like today. The fact that United Rentals said you got to have an account. Okay. We've had so much fraudulent credit cards. Why do we have credit cards anymore? Like credit cards are just getting to be so silly now. Like I can't even believe we get away with like the Cash App and Venmo. I just can't because you think the big guys would find a way to shut it down. But those ones you don't have any chargebacks. That's once you send it, it's gone. You know what I mean? Now I know credit cards. Obviously, there's a whole bunch of things, but there's just so many scams. Why? Why? How are they getting away with it? How can they not come out with a better system or a better PIN or code or encrypted password or something? And then the fact that for today, even for Tina, Wifetron wanted to talk to Tina. You can't talk to Tina anymore. You have to go through online to order your stuff. It's just the world we're living in. You know what I mean? It's bad. Morgan says, today I had a wall button just show light, nothing else. He says, no settings available. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's what I mean. This stuff has got like, I mean, it's I don't have one right here. It's like these Milwaukees, right? These batteries. They don't like the cold. Like they die. I mean, that's across the board pretty much, right? I don't remember having so many problems with my old the nickel batteries, the old 18 volts. You know, you can get a little bit of decrease in them, but they'd still charge. I went to charge one of the Milwaukees today. It was doing that weird blink, you know, I was sprung the laser, just in case the other laser don't work. But it doesn't want to charge because it's too cold, and I'm just like, oh man, come on, man, I need you to charge like right now. You know, like I don't want to wait. Time is precious, so it's just some of this stuff is just getting so wonky. I can see why they push. It's full. You will own nothing and you will be happy because, like I said, for one. Like I said, you don't got people coming off the farms, anymore. They don't, and the stuff that they got now, you got to be, they got to have the software. It's like years ago, I had an old Clark. Anybody ever have an old Clark forklift? I had an old Clark forklift. It had like the chrome, like where the grill was on the side right there, where the doors open. Pretty sweet little machine. It was never big enough, so I ended up putting a 55-gallon drum on the back of it with a pin. So I welded a little plate, whatever, out. It had 55-gallon drums, so it could lift up the weight because it'd lift it. It just always didn't have enough ass, enough weight in the back. What are you talking about? Oh, and so, anyways, I told the guy, he came worked on one day. The carb was messing up his propane, and I told him, I said, man, I kind of almost think about just getting electric. And he goes, technician guy, he goes, you don't want to get electric. He goes, this old Clark, he goes, you can work on this. He says, you get one of those electric ones. He says, you gotta get the scan tool, all this stuff. He says, you won't be working. He says, you have to always call us out. And they have all kinds of, problems, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, ooh, yeah. So I never thought about that, so I appreciate him telling me that. Says, just like, was this Chasey's General Store? He says, I ordered pizza for guys today so we could just eat and keep working. I know how that goes. And have to talk to someone automated. Crap. Oh, man. Started to lose faith in humanity fast. Yeah. Yep. It's, I don't know. Just the more... I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things. Maybe I'm the only one, maybe I'm the only one and I'm the crazy one, but I just, like I said, I just keep looking at it and I go, for you, for me, it's a lot harder. It's a lot harder than ever. I used to be able to call people and mom and pop, or even just some of the bigger companies, even in a sense, and get it human. And they speak English, or they're nice, they're polite, they're friendly, they understand the area, they're local. Like I'm sitting there scratching my head today, like when wife trying to talk to, get a hold of Tina here, and I'm like, you're not placing the order, are you? She's like, no, but I have to put the credit card in to get to, and I'm like, you got to put the credit card in to get access to don't place it, because I don't know for sure if other piece of equipment's going to be I got to make the stars align here, so and I had very short margins and windows of time, so I was like, and she made it happen. But I just thought, for me, I'm not that guy. And she's sitting there doing it on the phone. And I'm just going like, I just wanted to talk to somebody. I wanted to somebody and be like, yo, like, you got this truck available today? Okay, cool. Like, can I have it for a couple of days? All right. You know what I mean? Like, I'll let you know in like an hour. Is that cool? That's cool. You know? I mean, I forget who it was. If it was like Lowe's, Depot, or Menard, they used to always like pull it off. Oh, I think it was like AutoZone. I think AutoZone did it. They used to like pull it off the shelf. You're like, you want me to pull off the shelf? Put your name on it? I'm like, well, we got like 10 of them. I don't think, all right, go ahead, just in case, you know, like, yeah, go ahead, pull it off the shelf, put it on I'll be down there in 45 minutes. It's cool. Dun-dun-dun-dun. It says Blink is really nice. I'm buying a car or charger to always have one running. I'm buying a car charger to always have one running. I know. I don't know why I was just thinking about that. I was just listening to. I guess was it the Hellcat? I think it's the Hellcat, Dodge Charger, whatever Hellcat. You can't get head gaskets for the damn things right now. It's a big thing going on. I guess nationwide. I think even who's the one? Is it the Car Wizard? Is that his name? Car Wizard, kind of the bigger guy. Got Hoovie Garage. Oh yeah, who watched some Hoovie? I haven't watched Hoovie in a while. He's a little bit animated for me. He's a cool dude though. Rich has got, is it Chasey's? I never heard of Chasey's Pizza. I have to try it out sometime. Get around that neck of the woods. Tanner says, nope, I'm right there with you. Well, I appreciate it. I really do. Because I tell you what, when you're a business owner, I know you guys understand, but you can really feel very alone. I'm not gonna lie. There's been so many nights and weekends, and when you're sitting there and you're like, what in the heck is going on? You know, because it just blows my mind how many loops and hoops, and to be honest, there's not very many people that understand it. You know what I mean? Unless they're unless they're business owners, typically they've been business owners for a while, and they're in this somewhat same like a service or landscaping or something of that nature. Because it adds up. It adds up, man. And like I said, everything I keep looking at, we literally, this truck today, when we picked this truck up today with Tina and my daughter, wasn't alone. And so, we're driving, right? Got to get the old skid of concrete. And I mean, like, there's somebody at a four-way, right? And it's like, they're just like they're turning towards me. I'm like, okay, what you got, bro? And then it's like they do almost like they're gonna do a U-E, but then they like go straight, and I'm like, and then of course the car's got all kinds of like writing on, like they must write on their car, and I'm like, okay, like keep an eyes on that one. Then we're behind it, of course, quite a clip away because I don't know about this person, and it's like you're watching them go across. I'm like, holy, like watch them just go over in the whole other lane and come back. Luckily there's no cars, but and I'm just like, I got to be on the road with this, dude. We need some more law. We need some more law enforcement. Like this is, it's just crazy out there. With you, he says Chasey's gas station. They have decent pizza. Yeah, I think that's what we might do tomorrow. We're gonna probably be in the same boat. Probably do the boop 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 boop. Have the wifey-tron order something to get dropped off possibly, because we're gonna be in like that weird. Like, we're not going to take this Bertha anywhere. And then I think tomorrow's just going to be a hustle. So I want to stay on the job site as much as possible, especially while we got the SkyTrack. You know what I mean? Got the piece of equipment, might as well use it. Because I don't know. I told them I just kind of made every year. I just said, hey, if I want it longer. And they said, yeah, just let us know. And I said, I might fall in love with it. I might not with the price. But because it went from like, what was it, 12 to basically it was like 2,700 for a week. And I'm like, yeah, I probably don't. And she said something about like once you get over like 3 days, it's not even something. I don't know what she says. I just was like, let's just start with a day. Like, can you please get it out there? Just, and not like, that's why I always like to say in the videos and stuff about like the blowback. That's why, like, in business, people just get this, like, It's so easy just to think you're going to do this and you're just, business is going to be there. It's going to be so busy. No, it's not. It's not that easy. The hardest thing is getting that phone to ring. Everything else is like, um, you know, even like when you look at like technicians and stuff, like in my eyes now, it's easier to get a service vehicle or a piece of equipment than it is a technician, because a technician, you know, the skill or they're you know they're trained or they know particular things. I'd rather you know, it's like if they got um, like I said, a piece of equipment is nothing. Just it's just money. Like that's easy. You know what I mean? Like here's a piece of equipment. You know, use it. You know, and then they know how to use it. Versus like, I got this brand new scissor lift. Like, what do I do with this joystick? Do I just run through walls like in the games? No. Right there with you. Gas station, have decent pizza. What is it? 10:20. We'll give it to about 10:30. Like I said, if you guys got anything, you want to see another view of all this hard work me and Tina did. Well, actually, the wife of Tron. Tina, you didn't do nothing. You lazy. Look at all that. Look at all that stuff. It looks like a bunch of garbage. Water jugs. Garage door though looks pretty good. Brand new truck, pretty much. I got a clamp on her. Yeah, dog. I learned that. Keep the door down, keep the heat in. That big old spring. Some of you guys work on these. I used to work on them, but I don't work on them anymore. This one looks pretty nice to work on. Looks like a sweet setup. What's up with this clamp, though? I don't really know what this clamp's all about. Oh, what is that? Why is that there? Why? Why are you there? It's pretty nice. Brand new. Pretty much. Brand new. A lot of room, though. Man, most times those things are buried. They're not that easy to work on. We gotta have this one. You gotta have those. You guys gotta have those special winding bars. I don't think you can buy those winding bars. You know where you can buy small winding bars? I've had to have a machine shop make them. I don't even know if we even still have the set. Whew, I don't know if that heater's gonna keep up for the night. Keep this water from freezing. I hope so. I did buy that heater. One of you guys, was it Tony or Rich? You guys were talking about the heater to put in the tank. I did buy one. It's around here somewhere. Somewhere. So at least when get it out to the unit, but I figured a little space heater would just help keep things, hopefully keep the nip off in here, but it's not very well insulated. I don't know what they're trying to do, man. Come on, man. I'm trying to live in this thing. Come on, Tina. Aren't you cold? Oh, she's cold. You have a 5-gallon bucket? Oh, yeah, man. Look at this. Look at dog. Oh, sorry. Got me a 5-gallon bucket right there. And I got the special lid. Got the special lid there. Tina approved. This one's got the, I think I'm going to bring this one. I figured we'll just throw a blanket or something right around the one if somebody, you know, but a 5-gallon bucket. It's okay. Gosh, bumped your head pretty hard. I'm sorry about that. Unstable around here. Tina, get the first aid kit. Stay. 5-gallon bucket though, you just can't go wrong. Especially if you got to eat a pizza or something, you know. Just sit down for a second, take a breather. What is it? Ever After Entertainment says, hello, I just started as a garage door tech in, was it Rochester, Maine? Awesome. Awesome. How do you like it? Are you just a solo? You chuck in a truck? Minnesota. Did I read it wrong? Yes, Minnesota. Minnesota. Oof. Cold. This what do we got? This live stream is more interesting than the game. What game are we talking about? You talking about like the video games? Or are you talking about the game of garage doors? Oh, Rich B, I see on there. He's got the pool noodle. Yeah, I haven't upgraded. Mine's just a lid. Did you miss that lid? Or the lid? Football. What's the football? Oh, Evan, he says Vikings versus LA Rams. Oh, see, I knew something was on tonight. It's Monday night, right? The Monday night football. Yeah, that's how it goes. So Rusty says, ever after, how much does a 7-foot chain drive cost in your area installed? Good question. Good question. I was hoping maybe ever after entertainment we get some details. We could kind of dive in. You know what I mean? 520? 520. Hey, that's a pretty good price. That is not Rusty approved. Rusty, what's the Rusty's price is $12.70. We'll be there at 520. I think Tony must have did something wrong. He changed it. Ever after. I'm just gonna call you ever after. We like to play around a little bit. We got a good group of guys here. We like to kind of like jab at each other and stuff. So don't take none of it personal. We Adam says, "Are you in a U-Haul?" Yeah, me and Tina. Just wait till the lights go out. Tina gets crazy. Evan, I missed the lid. Oh snap! Let me go get it for you here. I picked up a Discovery bit and still had the stream going. Nice. Let me go get this lid. It's clean. Don't worry, it's clean. Tina, you cleaned it, right? All right. Just making sure. Woo! Look though, the floor in here. This one's still brand new. It hasn't even been used. Hopefully it still don't ever have to be. Yes. This one's the Cadillac. I don't know where I got this one. It's even got snow. Reliance? I think is what this one says. Reliance on there. Oh yeah. It's even got the dust on it and everything. There you go. Go right in a bucket. That's crapper. You just never know what's gonna happen out when you're far, far away. Gotta have a bucket. Rusty's got 11:30, Dave. Nice. Tony's 12 something. Oh yeah, see? Me and Tony were thinking same alike. I worked for one company for 17 days and joined a different team. Oh, nice. I wonder, Evan, is it ever? Yeah, ever after. I gotta remember that. Ever after. They do any like pay performance or anything like that on for you guys? So it's just kind of hourly. You guys get what's the other one? Day rate? Any day rates? I called Tony old yesterday. We have fun. Napkins? Oh no. We got the good stuff in here somewhere. I was gonna use like the cheap TP, but I don't think we want the cheap TP. Got it all, baby. Look, I even got it wrapped up and everything. There you go. Got the good stuff. I brung that. I brung buckets with lids. And then I figured even with bags, you just bag it, whatever, throw it. Like, that just goes in the dumpster. I remember one time my my uncle working at a job site. He says, man, we're there. He says, the drywallers are there. He goes, man, they're crapping in buckets. You know, he says, they put the lid on, bang, 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 whatever, right? He says, they throw them in the dumpster. So all of a sudden, man, he says, there's a pickup truck coming by. Woo! He says, here, stop, goes outside. He says, next thing I see those guys grabbing those buckets. They want those 5-gallon buckets, you know. He says, hey, man. He says, he yells out there, don't grab the ones with the lids. And the guy's like, why not? Because you don't want what's in them. The guy threw the bucket back in. Hell with that. Yeah, you don't want the ones with lids. So he always told me, he said, you want 5-gallon buckets, Dave? Don't get the ones with lids, man. Yep, I agree. Let's see. Ever After's tearing them up in here. It says, says, what's Tanner guy here? Says, if you ever put that around your neck, it would make a good food tree. That's funny. That's a good one. Company I joined with now uses Service Titan software. Ooh, you guys know it? Yes, it's expensive, but I heard it makes your stuff bigger. Brent's good. Brent, you should send me an email if you can. Shoot me an email. I didn't put it in the description. It's in most of my videos. Just kind of got you locked in. It's daveadubson@gmail.com. You typically can find it in most of my videos in the description below. I didn't do it on this one. I screwed up. But like I said, you shoot me an email or something, or shoot me pictures. I always have guys, they like to shoot me pictures and that, just so we can keep you in the loop. Brent says, my company I'm with now pays commission like A1 Doors. Ooh, see, good stuff, man. I'd love to know that. Gay rates, huh? Day rate. I heard that from another guy. I think Evan sent me a guy he was watching, and he was talking about they pay their guys day rate. I think that's how they were processing some of it. So they do a door, and that's a day rate. It's going to be like a half a day or full day. And I thought that's kind of, like, and it kind of works like if they get it done a little sooner, in a sense they kind of make a little more. So I just thought that was interesting. I'm always fascinated by some of that stuff that can help out. It makes it fair both ways, Evan's got Brent. I'm not using any software. I'm still pretty new. It's a side hustle for me right now. Oh yeah. Oh, Adam's got day rates. What does it say, Rich? He says the orange towel wipes. Oof, no. That's the burns, right? Is that what we're talking about? Tony's got Dave and the long way. What does this says? Dave and the long way losers. Long way losers. Is that what we're gonna call it? The long way losers. Long way losers. Something like that, man. Dave and the long way losers. I love it. I kind of like that. I kind of like the ring of that. Gotta come up with something, man. There's got to be something. 5 Mile Famous. I think that's pretty good, but we got to come up with something to, the long way. You're gonna be a long way loser. Don't be a long way loser. We got to coin something, Tony. We got to come up with something. Tanner says, Tony, we sure want your users are winners. Oh, here we go. Under the belt. Here we go. Tanner started it. Eric's here. What's up, Eric? Haven't seen you or talked in a while. Why are you in U-Haul? Well, couldn't make it in the garage door business. So me and Tina we're moving couches together. It's a good gig. It's honest. House Call Pro looked pretty good. House Call Pro, huh? And a lot cheaper than Service Titan. Yeah, I mean, I would love to use Service Titan. They would never give us a free trial. I just wanted to try it for like a week. Just give me a week or 3 days just to play around with it. So we do not Home Advisor. We do Jobber. Jobber works pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with what they do. And the problem is with most of the stuff, though, this is the thing, right? This is the I still haven't found one that can like wash your dishes for you, besides the dishwasher. But I'm just saying like that you don't even have to put them in. You know what I mean? Like all of this stuff, you always got to go back. There's one out there, what is it, P4P or something? I've been watching a little bit on that. And the problem is like you still got to go behind every day and enter the crap in, and somebody's got to manage it, and somebody's got to watch it, and somebody's got to make sure. Like even Jobber right now, we got job costing, and like that stuff's not getting entered in. And I'm like, we need to do better. Let's just say. And but it's a matter of, what does the job cost? Put in the numbers. This is where we're at right now. It'll give you spit out a number to let you know kind of where you're at. But you got to enter it in. You know what I mean? That's the thing. And so it's just like everything. They promise you all this stuff on all these platforms, but you still got to enter the crap in. You still got to. It ain't like it's just going to automatically ding, ding, ding. I love it. Rich B's guy says, wife kicked out. That's right. Me and Tina, we're hitting the road, going somewhere warm. We don't have nobody. We got anybody down south. We got nobody. Like nobody down south where it's warm. It's all us northerly boys that are freaking cold. uh, Evan, we could have could live in the shop. Now as this cold out, it's freezing. I don't think you need one of those. Managing software until over 5,000 revenue. Yeah, it's hard to say. Because the only thing I know that's really nice about the CRM system is that it is nice that you have, it is, how do I explain it? How do I explain it? I think it all depends. I think it all depends on how you go. So I'm gonna pick on Papa Tony a little bit, not really, but like for him, right? We got Papa Tony. You know, he knows and he's smart, right? He keeps all that in his memory bank. I guess I could too if I was touching everything, but if you bring in employees, that's where things, and then you bring in like a secretary, you know, you need all that like wholesomeness, you know what I mean? Like it's nice that, you know, it's we could go do a job long as it's put in the system. Our secretaries work remotely, so they're not here talking to us every day. But they can see it, right? They can see the pictures. They can see if we took something, we put notes in there, like, you know, customer had a really mean dog. Like they got to make sure they cage it up. Ooh, okay. You know, hey, when you go out to that job, you know, here's some notes, blah, blah. We just did something the other day. I was talking to Cap and we ended up, he goes, no, he goes, but he goes, I guess I can look back and see who installed it. And that guy no longer works for us that installed it. And so I'm sitting there scratching my head like, well, if the guy got it from Menards, why didn't he just get it from Menards again? And we'll just do labor to install it so it matches, you know, that goes like a wood grain or something. I don't even want to mess with that stuff. Live in the shop, he says, but you might be right, Rusty. I mean, it's just a matter of where you're, kind of how you're doing it, you know. Tony says, amen, brother Tenna. Rich says, Dave's long distance disaster. Ooh. Rich is getting close. I like that too. But see, we gotta coin something that's not like just me. Like I gotta have something I can throw back. You know, I gotta give Rusty some crap, and maybe like Tony and, you know, Evan and Rich, and I gotta be able to give like. Is this the long distance disaster? Mm-hmm. Yep, it sounds like long distance disaster, not 5 Mile famous. Yeah, jack this one up. But definitely keep those in mind because I'm gonna forget them. So we got to come up with something. After he says LOL, he says got in here. He says, how hard is it to start up a garage door repair business? Buddy, meet me down at the bar. We've got some talking to do. It's just you gotta start small. It's a lot of you guys need to watch or read or just go online. Get with Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. You're gonna see the quadrants, right? The quadrants. You got the E, you got the S, you got the B, you got the I, right? I'm at the S. I'm getting a little more over to the other side of that quadrant, you know, not the big business, not 500 or more employees, but the investing, right? You gotta that's where you wanna go. You know what I mean? Either in the stocks or the mutuals or in real estate or doors. Because the best thing about them is it's an inflation hedge. You know, if assets go up, right, things go up, like the housing, right? That's the weird thing is what's always really got to me a little bit is I've never, ever, out of the 18 plus years I've been doing this, ever have come across one customer that told me about a property or an investment or whatever that ever said, you know what, this was a horrible investment. It's always, you know what it always is? It's always those old timers or whatever, and they're always like, you know how much I bought this house for? And I'm like, I don't know, 20? 30. I bought it for 19 back in 1972. I'm like, you know how much it's worth now? Just had it appraised. Really? 1.2. And I'm like, whoa, okay. Now, of course, I think we are paying, I just was listening to somebody the other day how we're paying, I think we're paying unrecognized gains, right? Because our property taxes keep going up, right? Now, they don't go up unless you sell, then they bump up. I mean, when you think about it, when you start wrapping your head around it, when you really start wrapping your head around it, when you think about how all that works, right? As soon as you sell a house, what happens? The taxes go up, right? Bumps right up. Because normally you can only do what, 5%? There's other ways, blah, blah, blah. 5% is what they can, if you've been living there for a long time. But boom, I mean, they like that kind of stuff. Think about it, right? Think about how the banks work, and they get to restart a loan, and then it's a higher price, and they get to put interest on there. And the system, is it George Carlin, right? The tables slanted, the game is rigged. It's amazing when you look at it. But I don't know. Like I said, you got to make money somehow, right? Some people shovel crap, make money. Sometimes that sounds easier. I like digging holes with an auger on a skid steer. But let's see here. They don't need garages. Rich says they don't need garages down south. Because it's warm. Ever after, he says, house call pro is only about $180 a month for up to 5 users or something like that. Oh, that's not a bad price. I mean, I think we're paying I think it was over 200, 220 or something for Jobber. I think, and that's with 3, 5, 6, 7, 7 users maybe on there. I don't know. Evans garage doors, Brent legitimately says, I'm not sure because I started doing it one day. That's kind of how it goes. Evans kind of got the right point there. That's how it goes. You just start with a notepad, and then you start with a receipt book, and then you start with eventually one day you're like, I'm gonna get a QuickBooks. It's a little easier. Then you find an account that's not gonna be that good. And then you find another account that's a little better. Then you find another account that's better. You find an account that you think's the best, but it's really not the best. It's just you go through learning phases, and then everything you do, you just got how it is. Every job is different. You're experienced it now. Take as much knowledge as you can. Like I said, looking back now, sometimes I look at it though. I mean, 18 plus years, and you're loading a U-Haul truck, at 6, 8 o'clock at night. Sounds like a great time, doesn't it? So just stuff to think about. Entertainment, he says, I grew, one day, he says, I grew that business to $500K a year. He says, but ready to do something else. I don't, the thing is too, is, ever after, what's your age? I'm just curious. How old are you? Brent, garage doors related. I don't know what that is. So maybe he's up in Canada or something, since Evans. He says, hell yeah, he says, love rich dad. Oh, rich dad, poor dad. I tell you what, man, you can learn a lot from that guy. A lot. I remember the first time I seen Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, I was reading the book. I wanted to set the book on fire. I was like, this guy, taxes is the highest thing you'll ever pay. And bull crap. I just bought an $82,000 house. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. And I'm just, and then it's as I've gotten older, you guys know how it is, you want to get hooked to utilities? Taxes. You want to get, you want to put a new roof on the house? Taxes. Oh, property taxes, this tax, car tax, tabs, tax. Holy crap, man. Being taxed to death. 405, and I don't mean the distance. Eric Scott, he says, I've been crazy busy today. I drove, what does it say, over 4 hours myself with a truck and trailer. I'm not used to, he says, I never actually pulled the trailer before. Ooh, that can always be sketchy. That can always be a pucker. Rusty says, yeah, ever after. He says, if you have more than one guy, it could be beneficial, but just single man operation, I don't think you could use it. Yeah, I don't think if you're kind of a one chuck in a truck, you know, I don't know. Like I said, you don't really probably need that. It's probably easy enough for you to send it to your girlfriend, secretary, wife, whatever, and put it in yourself, some kind of, you know, whatever. Just have them linked to your phone pictures or whatever. Tony, I add for drive time past 30 minutes. It was to pick up materials. Ooh, dang, materials. 43, good age. I'm just behind you. 40, I think I'm 41. What was it? January? Yeah, so maybe 42 in March. Now it's a bit old to learn. He says, do trick. He says, but I just don't want to be, what was this? DJ's weddings for 24-year-olds. He says, when I'm 50. I tell you what, man, like I said, if you can, find some, you know, I don't know. I've gotten a lot of satisfaction out of real estate. That's my new found pleasure that I enjoy. I enjoy making nice homes for people. I'd like to go in some bigger. I got single families, but I would like to do bigger. Maybe eventually, but there's just not so many variables. You know what I mean? I mean, you got to make money. You got to make money. It's just. It just all depends. Everybody, there's really no right or wrong answer for anybody. It just all depends. You know, I just look at it now, and any business idea I ever have that comes across my eye or my head, I always think, I go, logistics. I go, where do I get my garage doors parts from? Where am I gonna buy my garage door opener? Where am I gonna get my parts? Where am I gonna get, like, it's that whole dealership thing, right? Like if you buy a car, it's like if you buy a Maserati or if you buy a Ferrari or something, well, who's going to service it? Who's going to fix it? Can you afford that? Can you afford it? Well, I can afford the car, but I can't afford to fix it. So, oh, okay. Well, that don't make much sense. It's kind of like what I think of, like John Deere's, you know, who's that one guy? Millennial Farmer, right? They pretty much just drive their equipment, I think, right down the road somewhere, right, to drop off their piece of machinery. And I'm thinking, yeah, they got it figured out. They got a dealership right down the road. Like, that's the way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about logistics of that. And that's why, like, if you go, like, some people, it's not like it's impossible. It just all depends on what what do you want? You know, I mean, it's, you know, for me, I just go, man, if I lived way out in the country, you know, I watched this one guy, I think he's, what is it? I think he's over Wisconsin in the Woodyard. You know, and he always talks about how his brother Kent is in northern Wisconsin or whatever, and in northern Wisconsin, all he ever sells is boiler wood. But for where Ken is, or not Ken, I don't know what his name is. Can't think of it. Anyways, for him though, he sells a lot of bundled little stuff and drops off a face accord, right? Because he's in a very dense population. And it's like, he's like, we're in totally different universes. And I thought, that makes sense. You know, I can see that. You'll never escape taxes is what Eric, but there is a little bit of a loophole. And that's what you can do sometimes with certain things like real estate and stuff like that. Like I found out, like, you know, there's good debt and bad debt. You don't pay taxes on debt. So, but that's got to be good debt, you know. So there's ways. I mean, but you do, you know, or you got to do the step up, you know, stuff like that. For your children, if you're going to have kids in the future. So it's just, but it sucks. I mean, you're going to pay taxes on electric, and they're always going to get that out of you somehow. You know, you're just trying to find a legal way to not have to pay as much. Only in death. That's right, Evan says, only in death, Eric. Then they still want it, right? You think about, they got to get the flowers, you got to get the casket, you got to get, It's really crummy too. I remember I've gone to a few of these when you go to when you go to a funeral, and it's like they're always kind of like they seem like they're like how long are you guys gonna be here? Because if you stay if you stay 20 minutes after, it's gonna be more. It's like somebody just passed away. This is like and they always seem like. And I always think about it. I go, what a crooked scheme that is in a sense. I understand that you want to leave it on to your kids and stuff like that. I get that, but I go, it's pretty. They probably take that money, right? If you do, if I could be wrong, I'm sure somebody like maybe like Rich or Tony, somebody's gonna reach out to me and say, here's the stuff, man. But I always think I go, if you run a funeral home, right, you get them to pay for it now, and it's another 10 years. What would you do with that money? I don't know. I'd probably invest it. You know what I mean? So then when I have to cough it up, I want to put as much little into it as time wise. I mean, like I want to, you guys only get an hour of service, right? Because I'm going home watching the football game. So you guys only get an hour service. Anything over, that's extra. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I was assuming, but I just go, wow, what a kind of a gimmick. You know what I mean? Where I've been to a couple, it seemed like they kind of, and then it's like, well, like, how many people are going to be at the burial? Like, we gotta get chairs, and like they just act like I don't know, like they don't want extra. Why not? Wedding crashes. Crashes looked fun. Eric says true that. He says Rich. He says your birthday is March 2. I'm March 23rd. March 23rd, baby. Mine's pretty easy. It's 323 of 83. I just had somebody ask me that today. Ever think you hear something start up and you try to wonder like what vehicle that could be starting up? Maybe it's this. Maybe me and Tina are going for a ride. Sounds like it was pretty close. It's kind of weird. We'll give it to 11 o'clock, and then I got a boogie. But like I said, ever after, like I said, shoot me an email. If you want, I can always give you my number too. You can always text me. I'll give it to you in an email. We got 4 single family doors and 1 commercial door. Nice. What's Tony got here? Tony, after you're never too old to learn a new trick. That is true. I was just listening to a guy, and I thought he said like you might go through like 3 or 4, because they're like decades, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I thought that's kind of a good way. Like it takes you a decade, maybe you switch something, but that's like a decade long career or something, like if you were to swap things, in your life. And I thought I just kind of agreed with that. I said I could see how that could play out, what was it? You don't have to be, you're not a tree. So it's not like you got to pull your roots up and, well, I mean, a little bit, but you know what I mean? You're not a tree. You're not playing in one spot for the rest of your life. Cremation and memorial dinner for me. Yeah, I always tell wife just take me somewhere warm. Spread me. Tony's garage. She says, funny you say that, Dave. He says, I just bought my plot at the cemetery. Did you? Yeah, it's coming for us all, unfortunately. I can't say I'm 100%. I just still think I'm gonna do, because it's kind of one of those things. Like there's my grandma and grandpa, and there's been some family issues, and so now it's kind of like up in there who takes care of it, I guess. And it's a long story, I guess. But I just think like even like my kids now, they don't know them. You know what I mean? And I don't think I've ever looked for my great grandma. Not saying I shouldn't or something, right? It would be cool to leave a mark on the world, on the earth. But I don't know. I can't say. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. I always want to do like a bench. Like if I was gonna like just sit here, and have like something, just like something. I always like when they put the age on there for some reason too. I don't know why. Like I just like walking by headstones. I'm like, wow, like 52. Dang. Oh, this one's 84. Not bad. Or I otherwise I sit there, I gotta do the math. I'm like 60. Yeah, okay. A lot of the old ones seem like they always had age on there. New ones don't seem to do that anymore. I'll probably try and get a strap to rocket for my funeral. Oh man. Eric's got funerals are stupid. He says, when I die, he says, I want to be thrown into the ocean. There you go. Just put some bricks, like the mafia or something. Throw some bricks on. Ooh, Key West. Yeah. Yeah. Somewhere warm, baby. I don't care. It don't matter. They don't matter. Who knows? You know, I'm watching a guy today talk about how the moon is. I didn't even watch the rest of it. Right, the moon is a satellite, and I'm sitting there going, "That's why we haven't been back." They said something about we weren't supposed to come back. It was brung here by something. And I'm thinking, it could be. I haven't been to the moon. I don't know. Oh, it's always fun. I don't know nothing. I just know I'm here. I know the sun's there. I know Tina's hanging out with us. Right, Tina? She's shy. A little bit of frost building up in here. Probably for me talking. All right, guys. I think we're going to wrap her up here. We're pretty much at 11. Sleepy pill is activated. Probably going to get up about... probably going to get up around about 4 a.m. is my guess. Somewhere in there. It's weird. I haven't been sleeping a lot lately. Can't get the long sleeps. It's don't know what's going on. I don't know if I'm going in such a deep sleep. My sleep's always been really weird. I'm always funny. I used to be able to go like 4, 6, and I had to do 8, and then sometimes it's like 6, 6, 6, 8. It's unfortunate. Can't do the 10s anymore. Used to be able to do a lot of 10s. What's the temperature tonight? Gosh, it's gonna get cold. I don't know exactly what temperature. It was a high of 21. Tomorrow's another high of 21. I think Friday's got the heat wave of 38. But then the daughter was telling me something about like Monday next week is like it was super low for something. It was just ridiculous. It's gonna be a lot colder than what it is now. But I don't know what the low is tonight. I bet it's probably, I don't know, probably about 14. It's just my guess. Just by the I don't know if that thing now is just on high. I was gonna say somebody that had a thermostat on, I would tell you. But it's cold. It's got that chilliness cold. I'm glad to see a little bit of drip coming off the garbage cans here. So that must mean it's keeping at least lukewarm in here. There you go, Tony. Welcome, old man. He says, Eric says it's 11 here. Whew. Evan's 20 Celsius. Ooh, that's cold. Forget about sleep. He says we don't do that anymore. That's right. My buddy always used to say, right? He goes, you can sleep when you're dead. That's right, man. You sleep when you're dead, Life is short, that's for sure. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here. I'm cold. Papa Tony's got me jealous on his recliner and a blanket, man. Probably electric one too. Woo! So we'll see you later. Thanks for being here. Stay tuned. We'll get some video out here eventually. We'll see you tomorrow. Like I said, it's gonna be hustle, grind. But wish me luck. We'll see how it goes. I wish you guys luck. Have a good night. Remember, keep your fingers. We'll see you. Thanks for being here. Uncle Dave over and out, I think. My hand's frozen. Bye, Tina.